about Brad Simpson and Luke McGinnis getting top points on the special team. So how much pride do those guys take in that, and just how well are those guys, and some of those top guys in particular, playing?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, a lot of guys do take pride in it because, special teams can make a difference in any game, no matter what the situation is. And last year, Jano ran away with that point total, and I think this year it's a lot closer, and guys like to, battle it out with each other, see who can get the most points every game and ultimately at the end of the season. And I think just guys want to focus on executing what they have to do, and then it results in that point total.
Some of those guys are walk-on guys who it feels like you can use that to kind of build yourself up on the roster. Is that the way you think a lot of guys kind of see it?
Yeah, even if they're not walk-ons, even if they are scholarship guys, as freshmen, you're rarely going to start on the offense or defense as a true freshman, and I think the way that you have to approach playing special teams is that's your way to get on offense and defense. If you can produce on special teams, you can produce on offense or defense or whatever the case is. And, guys take pride in it because, like I said, it can make a difference in games because offenses and defenses can be similar, but special teams can and will win you and lose you games.
Hey, Drew, as you guys kind of turn the page now to the second part of the season, what do you really like about this team after you've had 5 games now and a bye week to think about where you guys are at?
I think we're really resilient. The stat came out the other day that we were like a 72-point differential in the fourth quarter, which fourth quarter is obviously the most important quarter because if you play well, you're most likely going to win the game. But if you play poorly, you can give the game away just as easily. And I think we're a closely knit group, and we all know what it takes to win and what it takes to work hard, and that's going to come up big for us later in the season because we got some big games coming up, and I just think we're a really resilient group, and we got big things ahead of us.
Hey, how do you feel like you've been doing on kickoffs, and how do you feel like the kickoff coverage has been so far this year?
I feel like it's been good. Me specifically, I've been hitting the ball well, directionally and lengthwise, and the coverage has been outstanding to this point. We haven't let up any big returns, which, field position is all special teams is really, and it's been big. To start a game with a kickoff and give up a touchdown, that can ruin the entire atmosphere. And, like I said, special teams is going to win you games and lose you games. So we've been doing a great job so far, and we need to continue our execution.
It seems like when you're asked to kick a touchback, that's really easy for you to do. So how often are you asked not to do that by Coach Reed and to try something else to maybe pin them a little deeper than the 25?
A touchback's always the goal. The only time I wouldn't try to kick it out of the back of the end zone is if we're pooch kicking, which we haven't done that this season. And, you always, and I think our coach's opinion is you want to attempt to get a touchback because that just diminishes the return or a chance for a touchdown or a big return. So we're always going to kick it deep and let our guys cover.
When you've got the wind against you and it may be hard to get one of those, what goes through your mind as to where you want to kick it?
Whenever the wind's in my face, I got to focus on making good contact with the ball and then putting it in the right spot, because if we call a deep left kick and it's down the middle, then that's not good news for us because our guys are running left and the returner obviously has the ball in a different spot. So I try not to think about it too much because I can't control it, and I'm really confident in the guys around me.
Hey Joe, the polls are going to come out today, and Nebraska has a chance for the first time in 5 years to be in the top 10. What would that mean for the program? Does it mean much?
I think from the team perspective, from all the players and the coaches, it's just a number. We're out here to win games, and we're out here to do the best that we can, and the press will come up with their rankings, and that's just the way it is. But I think for the fans and everyone else involved, it's a big deal because we haven't been there in the recent history, and like we were in the 90s consistently. And I think it's cool for the atmosphere, but for the team in general, I think we're just out here to practice every day and just win the next game.